James Comer's with us. Okay, did that call, sir, on December 4th of 2015 take place with Hunter, with Barisa Barisma partners in Dubai to Joe Biden? Did that call take place?
Yes.
5 days.
That's our understanding.
5 days later, on December 9th, did Joe Biden go to Ukraine and give a speech before the parliament?
Yes, he did.
Is that the same day that Joe Biden bragged about before the Council of Foreign Relations when he said, you're not getting $1 billion, you've got 6 hours, and you're going to fire this prosecutor, or I'm not giving you the money? Is that the same day?
That's it.
And that would be the day. Now, as a result of that firing, did his son continue to be enriched financially and get paid on the Barisma board for a job at a time he was a drug addict and a time that he was also admitted in his own words he had no experience in that field at all?
Yes, it was. It's all a pattern here, Sean. This is something we've been talking about for a long time. The Democrats and their friends in the media try to say there's no connection to Joe Biden. Every day there's more connections. And I think these emails today are consistent with the timeline that shows exactly what the real quid pro quo was in Ukraine. It was Joe Biden, not Donald Trump.
WhatsApp message is very revealing. I'm sitting here with my father. Why didn't you keep your commitment? We expect a call from you. Wasn't that sent to a oil executive with CEFC, the Chinese energy giant?
Yes, it was. And remember, that WhatsApp message was produced by the IRS whistleblowers. This was the IRS International Tax Crimes Team. This was the A team investigating all these suspicious wires, this suspicious activity that the Bidens were getting from foreign nationals around the world while Joe Biden was sitting vice president influencing foreign policy. That's why the whistleblowers were so frustrated when they were told to stand down, because they said their investigation was clearly going straight to Joe Biden.
Let me ask you this, that 1023 form that the FBI desperately tried to keep from you, the one that used an FBI informant, and that informant was trusted by the FBI. They had paid him hundreds of thousands of dollars in the past, right? So they believed in what he brought them, correct? And they didn't want to give this to you.
That's correct.
And you had a copy, and you and Charles Grassley released it. Isn't that the same informant that met with the CEO of Barisma and chronicled that conversation and gave that information to the FBI? And in that information, didn't it say that that's where he said that he thought the head of Barisma said that he thought Hunter was stupid, his dog was smarter. But didn't they also say that he didn't want to give the Biden money, but he had to, was forced to, $5 million for one Biden, $5 million for another Biden, and it will take 10 years to find out how that money was paid? Did that happen, sir?
Yes, sir. And see, you look at that 1023 form that alleged the bribery. It's consistent with what we've seen in Romania. It's consistent with the timeline that you and John Solomon have documented on your show tonight. And I believe that one reason that Hunter was CC'd on those emails where Joe Biden was using a fake name is so Hunter could prove to the Ukrainian oligarch, look, help is on the way. Because we heard from Devin Archer say that the owners of Barisma were squeezing Hunter Biden, saying, we need help from Washington. Now, who do you think they were referring to when they were talking to Hunter Biden, who they've said was dumber than their dogs, who was a drug addict, who had no experience? That we need help from Washington. Who do you think they were talking about? And here we see now evidence that shows Joe Biden didn't have a wall between the government and his son's shady business dealings. He was copying him on foreign policy to let him know ahead of time, help is on the way. We're going to go in there and we're going to fire that prosecutor who's trying to bust you for corruption, son.
And we're looking at a president of the United States who's now being investigated by your committee for allegations of bribery and money laundering. Is that a fair statement?
That's a very fair statement.
James Comer, thank you for being with us. Appreciate it.